We get on the call, and the first thing the director says is, as of today, you're no longer an employee of this company.
How do you lay someone off after 12 years when they do so much work and have been nothing but loyal?
Yeah, that's what I woke up to today.
A year, almost a year to the day, I got laid off again, twice in a year.
And my manager and HR hopped on the call and they literally said, we're gonna have to let you go. We're tightening some things up.
I will say on the bright side, at least my severance package is decent.
I just got laid off from Meta after 6 years. I heard the news last night and honestly, I didn't sleep.
Life update, I guess. This is nuts. This is crazy. I don't even know what to think. I feel shocked. I feel embarrassed. I know I shouldn't feel embarrassed, but I do. I saw it coming, but I didn't see it coming in the sense that, like, obviously, as the controller, I'm privy to all of our financials because I'm the one creating our financial statements. Yeah, I'm like at a loss for words. I feel like you see so many people talking about they know someone or whatever getting laid off, and now I know someone because that someone is me. Like, I'm me. I got laid off. That is me. I don't know. This is just nuts. At least I had a good weekend off. Welcome back to work. Hope you guys had a good holiday. Hey, Cynthia, you're getting laid off. I will say on the bright side, at least my severance package is decent. And they are giving me my last day as of March 1st. So then I will have full benefits the month of March. But it's still shocking. Okay. Happy Tuesday, friends.
I mean, at least you get to loosen up some, well, not loosen up, like you got a tooth loose, but at least you get to tighten some things up, right? Go and make sure you get your teeth checked, go to the doctor, make sure you get that checkup to make sure you have your yearly health check as far as make sure you have enough eggs, get your egg count in order. I don't know if you have your kids or your kids yet, because, ladies are sacrificing having children for jobs. Now, maybe you can have some kids. Maybe you can be loyal to your man. Oh, I don't know if she has one, though. Because these ladies are putting careers before everything. And that's why men love to see the struggle, not because men want to see people struggle, but because it's been bragged about. We're doing better than men. Shout out to the mountaintops. And guys are tired.
Finding out I'm laid off via email. Yeah, that's what I woke up to today. I'm honestly still in shock. I'm gonna process it, take some time. So if I'm not doing my usual stuff, that's why. But this is the fourth time in 2 years that this has happened. And there's only so much people can actually take. And the worst part is I was told I was going to be okay. Surprise, I'm not. So yeah, I have to sort some things out. And when is this madness honestly going to stop? And I know it's not personal, but companies need to remember that employees are people. We're human beings. We aren't numbers. We aren't IDs. We aren't salaries. We're human beings. And being told one thing and waking up to an email saying another is pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. And I don't know. Do I change industries? Do I use this as an opportunity to, I don't know, move to Portugal?
Yes.
Retirement visa. I don't know.
You just said it. They always say the answer. That's the way. You just said move to Portugal. I reacted to another video like this where the lady said, I don't know if I should go across the world or go live somewhere else. Yes, that's what you should do. I'm not one of those guys that say, oh no, passport says shouldn't travel across these waters. No, you should. Just with respect. Don't be across these waters saying, "Oh yeah, she'll go to Portugal and say, oh these men better come correct. I'll hope they come better than American men." That's when you're doing wrong. That's why guys are not with the whole passport sis movement. But me, if you're not doing that, I have no problems. Ladies are doing it all the time. Like even the ladies that's going to Thailand. I don't hate it. As long as you don't hate on us, that's cool. We're all in good standing, right?
And it's not about the salary. It's about doing something. It's about working. I don't like being idle. And I don't like not being useful. And that, to me, is the worst part of it. And I know I'm very fortunate to be in a position to be able to say that, but I find purpose in being useful. And now I'm not again.
Yeah, and that's why I teach what I teach, right? Because I know things are getting harder and more layoffs are going to come, even for men as well. So I say, if you're a guy out there, I teach how to hire people to do work for you, right? I teach how to hire people to find where things are paying more and you're paying them less. I repeat, I'm talking pay them $5 an hour and you're making $40 an hour. It can be done. You can do it with things like video editing. Yes, that's what I do. You could do it with things like writing. I'm into all of these things, right? Find the services or more and go pay people for cheap. Very easy.
I just got laid off from Meta after 6 years.
Wow.
And if you have been following me for a while, you probably had no idea I even work there. For the past year, all I have talked about on here is my dating life, my situationships. But I never once mentioned where I work. So, hi, officially, I'm Bo, and up until very recently, I was at Meta, working with communities and creators on Facebook and Instagram to help them do what they love better. I heard the news last night, and honestly, I didn't sleep. Maybe 2 hours if I'm being generous. I didn't think it would hit me this hard, but it did, because it wasn't just a job. I genuinely love the work. I love the people. Meta is a great company. My role just isn't the priorities for the team right now.
Yeah.
And that's the reality that I have to accept. Even when it's the right explanation, it doesn't make things or the night any shorter. So here's the thing about my life though. It is unpredictable. I live in Singapore. I have been here for 10 years, and this is the third time I have lost a job here. The first 2 times, company shutdowns, completely out of hands. This time, same story, just a different reason. And to make things a little more interesting, my PR application was rejected last year, which means if I don't find something soon, I might have to leave a city, the country that I've called home for a decade. But here's what I also know. Every single time I've been here, scared, uncertain, not knowing what's next, I have always found something better on the other side, every single time. I'm not going to spiral, I'm going to document. So I've spent a year bringing you along on my dating journey. Now I want to bring you guys along on this one too. The job hunt, the visa stress, maybe a little romance along the way, because apparently that's my brand now. The highs, the rejections, the plot twists, all of it. So if you want to follow along, stick around. It's going to be a journey, and I have a feeling it's going to be a good one.
Man, it sounds like it's going to be a depressing one. Seriously, but this is going to happen to everyone, depending on what industry you're in. It's going to happen. That's why I'm making these videos, right? It's kind of like Noah, right? When Noah said, hop on the boat, the flood is coming. I'm telling people that right now in this video. Hop on the boat, the flood is coming. Make sure you do something extra on top of your job. Everybody out there, everybody under the sound of my voice right now. This is serious. We're coming to a time in a world where nothing is certain. And you want to make sure you're secure. And I started out working and I've been here. So what I did was in the past, I say about 7 years, I've been securing myself with different things, investing in certain things to make sure I'm okay. And I'm not talking about retirement. I'm talking about making sure I have income, non-stop income. And see what I'm doing? That's what she's trying to do. I say, do it. But do it all the way, right? If you're going to make content, make content. Don't play around. Don't just go on TikTok because TikTok is not making any money. You can make some money, but it's not going to make all of your money. Go everywhere, right? Create so many different TikToks. Create so many different YouTube channels. Like, go at it. Really do it, right? Because people, they just make a YouTube channel or a TikTok. I got this one TikTok. I'm going to post 3 times a day, and that's it. You got to do it.
And I'm literally shaking talking about this. I really debated whether or not I was going to even post about this, and I decided ultimately that this was probably a journey that I should share with you guys, especially because of the macroeconomic environment right now. There are a lot of layoffs happening, so if you have gone through a layoff recently, I'm right there with you. Majority of yesterday to obviously process what had happened, especially because it came out of nowhere. Absolutely no warning was provided. A meeting was just put on my calendar the day of for 3:30, and my manager and HR hopped on the call, and they literally said, "We're gonna have to let you go. We're tightening some things up." Surprisingly, I did not cry. It was obviously very disappointing, but honestly, I had felt like I was not in the right place for the majority of the past year that I had been in this job, but I had been pretty much trying to force it, and I think the universe was definitely just saying, "Grace, it is time for you to move on." I also definitely had an identity crisis. If you guys know me, you know that I take a lot of pride and joy in my ability to be a really hard worker and a good worker as well. In the company that I was at previous to this company, I was a top performer. I literally closed 100% of my deals. Like, a big part of my identity, it does lie in being really good
100% of your deals? I heavily doubt that.
at my job. And I'm realizing that that's probably something that I should work to take out of my identity, because at the end of the day, we are so
That's
much
what happens.
more than
Yeah.
our jobs. There is a saying that basically says, if a flower is not blooming, you don't change the flower, you move the environment that it's in. And I think the reason that I'm able to take this so calmly is because I know that something really amazing is about to come my way.
Hoping.
I think that
Hoping.
if something similar has happened to you, it's really important right now for you
The universe is going to bless me. The universe has been speaking to me in my sleep.
not to take this personally. It is not your fault if a company is not able to effectively manage their finances, or has overhired, or any other issues that ultimately trickle down to you being let go from the company. And I think that this is an important lesson that all of us are learning this year, and I'm definitely seeing a trend in all types of employees taking a lot of ownership in maintaining work-life balance and making sure that their job doesn't take up a majority of their life, which I personally love. If you guys have been following me in the past 2 months, you know that I have been taking a lot of intentional action to make sure that I'm building a consistent and disciplined lifestyle that aligns with the type of woman that I want to be. And this was just another aligned action that I unfortunately was not expecting at all to come my way. But I guess now I can look at it as a pleasant surprise. When something like this happens in your life and it makes you feel like you have officially hit rock bottom, you have a pivotal choice to make in this type of moment. You have the ability and the freedom in this moment to make a choice that comes next that will put you either in the right direction that you're supposed to go or keep you stagnant. I know I'm personally taking the next few days to really reflect on what I want for the rest of my life and make sure that whatever opportunity I take next really aligns with what I know I'm supposed to do. I'm really excited to see what comes next. I actually already have a couple of opportunities lined up, which I'm super grateful for, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm making the right decision for whatever comes next, because this past decision that I made obviously was not the best one that I should have taken on, but we live and we learn, and I'm super excited because I feel like the world is my oyster at this point. Like, I have the freedom to be able to make a really, really important decision, and that's not something that I'm taking lightly in any way. I will be sharing about this process because I think that it helps to be able to share and be able to connect with people who are also going through it. So if you are also going through something like this, feel free to send me a message. Let's talk about it. I've been talking with so many people over the past day and it has helped a lot. So if anything, make sure that you reach out to your support system and do not try to take on this alone. It is very important for you to be supported, especially during a time like this.
Yeah, see, the last time this happened to me was in 2023. But if anyone knows what you guys know, I started More to Life in 2022. So I had my Black Filipino channel and I had More to Life. And also I was doing freelancing online. My last freelance gig was in 2023, from 2022 to 2023. So I was doing 2 YouTube channels and freelancing, right? And also I was doing a TikTok channel as well. I was busy. So what am I saying? I'm saying you have to be busy, right? A lot of people don't realize they have to do more. You do more, you get more. What happened? When I bumped into an issue with freelancing, I had backups. I had 3 to 5 to 6, 7, 8 different backups because also I had savings and I had money coming in. I could have said, you know what? I don't need to do anything. But I was already making content. I was making videos every day. That's when I started my video every day run in 2023. I got let go from a freelancing gig, which I had more offers. I show people I get offers all the time. I could have took another job, but I said enough with the slavery. Let me do my own thing. But it's not slavery when you're freelancing because you can do it on your own time. Like, say if I wanted to jump into it today, I can jump into it right now. I have people ready to pay me $100,000 a year now. I show that in my consultations. Guys have consultations with me, and I show them I don't want that money because that money is not worth my freedom, right? And also, I can make more what I'm doing now. You want to know about it? Definitely book your consultation.
Second time in a year, almost a year to the day, I got laid off again. Twice in a year. And what the what is anyone supposed to do? And they said, because of the economy is crap right now. So we're gonna lay off a whole bunch of people again.
It's gonna get worse.
And I already was struggling so hard, actually low-key, to even keep the current roof over my head. And now I have no idea how I'm even going to get through the next few hours. I just don't understand. But yeah, the economy is shit. America is shit right now. I feel like there's a really big plan for them to, tank this so that we have to rely on other things, other people.
Universal basic income. Yeah.
And I'm quite frankly tired of it. I'm tired of my livelihood being in other people's hands. And I have no idea how to fix that, but I'm going to, because this is just wild. And I'm fucking angry more than I am hurt or sad. I'm scared. I have no idea where any of my bills are gonna come from, or the money. I'm more angry than anything because I just cannot even believe I used to be able to get a job like the week later if I got laid off. So I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I was really hoping at one point I would make money on TikTok, and I still only have 1,500 followers or whatever. So if you could just blow this up and let's get 10,000 followers plus whatever, because I might be homeless in a week or two if I can't figure it out. So yeah, I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday, a way better Tuesday than me. And if you have any tips, tricks, or whatever to help right now and get me through this, greatly appreciated. Yeah.
And also, you see another important thing when people talk about emergency fund. An emergency fund is very important. But what happens is they get caught up in spending, right? She didn't see her job going anywhere. So I'm sure she probably took out massive credit card debt, accrued more debt, probably took some Disney vacations, like you guys seen the video I made yesterday. That's what they're doing, thinking I'm never going to want for anything. But then the times like this happens, and we're in a time when it's only going to get worse. Winter is here. It's not coming. It's here.
Off in January. Let's talk about it. I don't even know what to say. I got laid off from my full-time remote job in January 27th. I was a human resources manager for a pretty small company. I loved my job until I didn't. This is the first time that I'm admitting it to myself. There were a lot of times in my position where I felt very lost, like I didn't have a whole lot of direction, and that it was only a matter of time. And it's actually kind of crazy because the day I actually got laid off, I had just finished up a project and I felt the familiar feeling of like, okay, what do I do next? And for some reason, I just had this overwhelming sense to clean up my desktop, to clean up my downloads folder. Like I had a bunch of screenshots and documents and things like that were just like kind of all over the place. It took about an hour to organize my desktop and my downloads folder and basically like everything in my computer, in my work computer. Not even 5 minutes after I finished, I got a text from my boss saying that she and my supervisor needed to talk to me about where the company was going. And I knew in that moment that I was getting laid off. I knew there was no reality in which I was going to walk away keeping my job. So I got on the phone with them and that was it. I was laid off. So yeah.
20 years. And the worst thing about corporate, it's not just the office politics. It's not the backstabbing. It's not just figuring out who the snakes are. It's not just feeling like you can't really be yourself and show up as the person that you are, right? If you know. It's how they decide to terminate employees. That's the worst thing to me. I've been laid off about 3 or 4 times, and the last time I was laid off, I got an email about a mandatory meeting, and this was coming right after a performance evaluation, a merit increase. So everything was fine to me. I thought I was moving to a different team. I get on the call, And the first thing, not only me and like 19 other people, we get on the call, and the first thing the director says is, as of today, you're no longer an employee of this company. To find out that Oracle employees were
Oracle.
terminated via email yesterday would be such a slap in the face. Can you imagine? And this is a typical day.
So I just got laid off for the third time in my career at the ripe age of 27, turning 28 in 2 days. So I think this is my exit from corporate America, and this is my hard launch into that, because corporate sucks. It's actually a soul killer. So like, let's do other things. Let's do other things and stop working for the man. So to all my laid off girlies, I'm here for you. I love you. I feel for you. And it's going to be okay.
And this is the thing: some ladies got out of college, actually got a career in what they went to college for, and may not have been paying much, but they got it, and they're just facing firings left and right. Why? Because they went to college for things that are soft jobs, right? They're not doing any hard jobs, no blue collar workers, anything like that. The females that are doing those jobs, you may have 10% of them. They understand, they get it, right? Because those jobs are really not going anywhere. Those jobs are really not going anywhere. So what do ladies have to start considering? Going more towards those jobs, right? I know a guy before, he had a job on a boat doing something, offloading something, but he was making like 30 an hour. And you know what's crazy? That job would still be around. Why? Because nobody wants those jobs. That's why men are usually safe. So we have to stop the pointing your finger at men, because that's who's going to save you in these hard times.
Use my face. I just got laid off from my job after 12 years, and it's bullshit. In 2023, my office closed completely. There's offices all over the place, but my physical location closed. And that forced us all to go work from home, and God forbid people are responsible enough to work from home. We did it for 5 years during the pandemic, so slowly people have been getting let go. So I knew that it was coming eventually, but like, my husband got laid off last year. It's been a whole year that I've still been hanging on. I'm so mad. Like, I'm not even sad. It was toxic. I needed to go. This is probably the best thing that could happen to me. But the way that the world is right now, how do you lay someone off after 12 years when they do so much work and have been nothing but loyal? I have a family, I have bills, and the icing on the cake is because I knew that this was coming. Starting in the middle of December, I think, I started applying for jobs. I have applied for 175 jobs since, I think it was December 19th. Today's February 23rd. 175 jobs. And do you want to know how many interviews I've had? None. I've been rejected with the generic email for about
Winter is here.
50 of them, maybe. I don't know. It might be a little bit more. And the worst part is when I hop onto LinkedIn and I see those jobs being reposted. 175 jobs. I have a bachelor's degree in finance. I have worked in this job for 12 years. The previous job before that I was in for 6, and then they closed. So I came to the job that I just got let go from. I'm going to be 40 this year. Like, this. This is terrible. So, I don't know what to do. I've been unemployed for a half an hour and I am absolutely lost. I'm letting myself wallow today, and then I have to figure it out. I know that eventually I will look back on this day and I can tell
not gonna
myself that
happen.
it was the best thing that happened, because it will be. But right now, I am devastated and I'm crying.
internet because I don't know what to do with my life. Anyway, if you know
It's
of any
sad.
remote
I'll
jobs,
tell you what.
feel free to send them my way. I can start now. Right now, I'm free.
You see what she just said?
Having a better Monday.
Remote jobs. It's not remote jobs you need. You need to work for yourself, right? A lot of people don't understand freelancing is working for yourself. Like, for instance, I do jobs that will always be available. Like, for instance, people, everybody out there has a website. They need to push their website. They need somebody that has those skills. Do you know how many companies out there needs that help? That's what I'm into. I used to be into regular sales. Now I'm into that type of sales. Do you know you can market yourself on YouTube, create your own blog? I teach all of that stuff because this is the way. That's the name of my program. This is the way. You have to do what you need to do for yourself. And a wild thing that makes it all better, right? Living across these waters, that's when you get all of your tax breaks. I also teach about the different tax breaks you get. I'm not just talking. I actually have a grip on everything that I'm doing. And I teach this. And a lot of people need this. So when she said, do you have anything about remote work? I hope she sees this video because, yeah, I think more of you ladies need to reach out. Because what I show is, for instance, when they say I want someone with experience, right? There's people overseas that are making $75 an hour. I repeat, there's people overseas that are making $75 an hour because they have experience. They have 3,100 completed jobs. I'm talking about that kind of experience.
My experience being laid off for about 4 months now from a full-time tech corporate job.
I'm going to stop it right there because another video of this is just like, another one, right? We all have to get to a point where we say, no more. You do. I fully got there in 2023, but really I was there back in 2012. That's when I quit corporate America. Because in 2023, I was working for myself from 2013 from another corporate America all the way until now. The reason why I didn't work it for a year, because I left in 2012, is because I took a year off when I took that 401k out. Like I told you guys, that's exactly what I did, right? So I took that year out. Then after that, I worked for myself. Now, you have to have it in you to work for yourself. And if you can't do it, you can hire other people to do it for you. Yeah, guys, I just want to thank y'all for watching. Winter's coming for everybody. As you see, the lady said, my husband was fired a year ago. It's happening. We're here. The great reset that they talked about is happening now. But I hope y'all learned are okay. Be sure to subscribe. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.